Godly example or role model. All of us, we can learn something from someone, isn't it? Do you count yourself like a role model? Okay, I do. Because I have people that I'm ministering to. I have a family. I have a wife. I have children. And if they are looking up to me for example, I have to make sure I'm showing a godly example. The Bible tells us, and this is a young pastor, Timothy. You know, he was pastoring a church in Ephesus. And Paul had to tell Timothy something very important that I will encourage you this evening. Let no one despise your youth, but he told him, be a godly example to the believers. Isn't it? Be a what? A godly example. An example that can be emulated. I know young people, we are very good on following people or people following us. I believe in this group, some of you have very big players. NBA muna follows, closely, isn't it? You say, you know, when I grow up, I would like to be like Steph Curry, LeBron James, you want to be like those big guys. But I will ask, do you know their character? Do you know how they live with their families? Do you know how they conduct themselves? Do you know how they live in their game? Okay? And that is very important. So when we talk about role model, we are talking about leading others by example. And let me tell you this, whether you are like it or not, there is someone following you closely. So the question we ask ourselves, how are we leading those who are following us closely? So we see here, Paul telling Timothy, let no one despise your youth, but be an example of the believers. And then he started by saying, in words. And I always say, watch out what comes off your mouth. Or let me watch out of what comes off my mouth. Because words sometimes can encourage someone, or words can discourage someone, isn't it? Okay? And then he also said, be a godly example with your conversation. Conversation is not what come from our mouth. The Bible is talking about your lifestyle. Wewe unaishi namna gani? Watu wenye wako karibu na wewe wanakuona kama wewe nani? Wewe ni kiongozi aina gani yenye watu wanaweza kuemulate? And that is very important. So when you talk about godly example, we are talking about you yourself knowing and understanding you are not just leading because you are talking, you're also leading others based on your character, based on how you carry yourselves. Like, let's talk about words. You know, I've not seen it around, but I've come across some people that when they open their mouth, you feel like running away from them. Isn't it? Mm-hmm. Do you know why? The things that are coming from their mouth, you wonder, hey, huyu mtu wako sawa kweli? And then all of a sudden, unaona wametulia, unafikiria he is an angel. Isn't it? And can you imagine you talking those dirty words and a 5-year-old or 10-year-old boy is listening to you? You know what you're telling him? Be like me. Just use that language like I do. Isn't it? Misbehave. Don't respect the older people or mature people. Okay? Just misbehave like me. But especially as a Christian, there are so many people watching over our lives. There are so many people emulating our character, our behavior. So he tells him, be a godly example in manner of words, in your lifestyle or your conversation, in love, in spirit, and then he says, in purity. Let everything we do around people be of your pure heart, from a pure heart, from a heart that is ready to do the will of God. Titus 2 tells us, the older men teach the younger men. And I like the wording there. He says for them to be sober. And sober here, we're not just talking about not being drunkard, but also not to be intoxicated with things that make you misbehave. Si ndio? Kwa mfano, mtu amekukasirisha tu kwa game. Okay, before umfikie maneno yenye utatoa hapo na shingo, what? Is he going to kill me the next minute? Si ndio? And all of a sudden unashangaa, there are people watching. There are people listening to you. So you say, no. I'm an example. I have to watch out of what comes from my mouth. I'm sober enough to say I'm not going to involve myself with something that will bring reproach, not to the name of Jesus, but also to my character. So godly example is very important. The way we relate, the way we conduct ourselves. Some of you here, I know you are parents. Ndio, yini wazazi. Are you the same kwa kota hapa and the same you at home? Ama daddy ni mtu tofauti akiwa kwa koti. Arrogant, violent, but akifika nyumbani, hey, an angel from heaven. Okay? All at home you are Simba. Sindio? But when you get around us, hey, this guy hata umbu hawezi huwa. Are we the same here as we are?